Okay, so I'm going to multiply 2 times 6 and 82 hundredths. 2 times 2 is 4. 8 times 2 is 16. 2 times 6 is 12 plus 1 is 13. Same thing, I got to take this decimal and put it into my answer. I've got 2 places, so I need 1, 2. So 13 and 64 hundredths. So now I'm going to take the answer I got when I multiplied 19 and 35 hundredths times 2, and the answer I got when I multiplied 6 and 82 hundredths times 2. I'm going to take it, I'm going to add those two together. Okay, 6 plus 6 is 12 plus 1 is 13. 8, 4 is 12, and 32, 34. Okay, you would have gotten the same answer had you just added all your numbers together. Okay, I just want you to see how to work it out. Next, number 7 is a stem and leaf problem. Okay, it says the stem and leaf plot shows the numbers of minutes the members of a team jumped rope during practice. What is the difference between the least number of minutes jumped and the greatest number of minutes jumped? So it shows you the key. It says 3, 6. That means 36. Well, on a stem and leaf, because it shows us this, that means this is the tens place and this is the ones place. So if I have this number right here, that's 19. And this is 19. The 2 and the 0 make 20. 2 and the 1 make 21. 2 and 3 make 23. 33, 34, 36, and 37. 41, 41, 43, 45, 49, 49. Okay, 50, 54, 52, 63, 65, and 66. So we're looking at the biggest and the smallest. So the biggest number is 66. And the smallest number is 19. And we're looking for the difference, so we're going to subtract. Okay, 16 minus 9 is 7. And then 5 minus 1 is 4. So your answer was 47. Okay, really you just need to make sure you understand how to read these numbers. Okay, if it would have said decimal 6, then this would have been 1.9, 1.9, 4.1. Okay, so you just have to make sure you look at the key. All right. Number 8. The math team does practice drills that each last 1/6 of an hour. In February, the team did practice drills for a total of 24 hours. How many practice drills did the math team do in February? Okay, this one was a little tricky. It is a division problem, okay? Because here's what they're doing. They drill for 1/6 of an hour, let's say every day in February. Okay? They did a total of 24 hours, which means 24 hours divided by 1/6 of an hour, because we're trying to find out how many did they do. And they gave us a total, 24, which means we're going to divide 24 divided by 1/6. Okay? Remember with division, we keep, change, flip. So we put a 1 under the whole number. Okay, keep it. Change this division sign to multiplication. And we're going to take 1/6 and we're going to flip it to be 6 over 1. Okay, and then you multiply across. So 1 times 1 is 1, and then we're going to multiply 24 times 6. Okay, 6 times 4 is 24. 6 times 2 is 12. Plus this 2 is 14. So our answer is 144 over 1. But remember, that's an improper fraction. So if I typo it, which means top in, bottom out, when I divide it, I would just get 144. Okay? All right. Okay, we haven't gotten to coordinates yet. What are the coordinates of the point where the x and the y-axis intersect in a coordinate plane? Well, when we do coordinate planes, we deal with quadrant 1. Okay, we haven't got there. This is your x-axis, and this is your y-axis. And where they meet is right here. Well, where they meet is the 0. So the point where they intersect would be 0, 0. And it is called the origin. Okay, we will learn about this after spring break. Okay, 0, 0 is called the origin. So it would have been D. Okay. All right, number 10. The table shows the heights and mass of a male gorilla and a female gorilla at the zoo. Based on the table, which statement is true? So on this kind of problem, you're going to have to work through every answer choice. All right, you're going to have to slow down and you're going to have to work the problems out. F says the combined mass of the male gorilla and the female gorilla is this number right here. Okay, well, combined means add, right? So I'm going to take the mass of the male, which is 158 and 757 thousandths kilograms, and the mass of the female, which is 95 and 25 hundredths, and I'm going to combine them. Now, make sure, again, with addition of decimals, that you line up the decimal and you fill in the holes. Okay, so we've got 7, 10, and 10, carry my 1, bring down that decimal, it's got to line up. Well, I don't even have to keep going and know this one's not right. Okay, but I'm going to. Okay, I could have stopped right here because I saw that this one's not going to be right. So that F is gone. G, the mass of the male gorilla is this much greater than. So if I'm looking at greater than, I'm going to not add, but subtract the mass. So 158.757. And same thing, we have to make sure that we line up the decimals, fill in the holes. Okay, 7 minus 0 is 7, 5 minus 5 is 0, 7 minus 2 is 5. So far, we have the same answer, right? 8 minus 5 is 3. 5 minus 9. If I have 5, I can't take 9 away, can I? So I have to borrow. All right, but then I can take 15 from 9. And I get 6. 63 and 507 thousandths. So that means my answer was G. Okay. The female gorilla is 1 and 28 hundredths meters shorter than the male. So you would have subtracted the height. The combined height of the male and female is 2 and 28 hundredths. 2 and 28 thousandths meters. So you would have added. So you just had to make sure that you were watching weight and height. Okay. Thomas planted a seed and measured the height of the stem each week for 4 weeks. The stem grew 1 inch the first week. The stem grew 2 inches each week after the first week. All right, so we have to look at the charts here. So week 1, it grew 1 inch. Week 2, it grew 2 more inches, right? So 1, 2, 3. Week 3, it would have gone 2 more, which would have been 5. Week 4 would have gone 2 more, which would have been 7. So there's my answer. Okay, let's look at C, though. Week 1, it didn't grow 2 inches, did it? Okay. Week 1, it did not grow 2 inches, so that would have been easy to spot. Week 1, again, didn't grow 2 inches. Because we're looking at the week, and this is the growth, right? Week 1, it grew 1 inch. Okay, so this one would have been good. Week 2, it went 2 more inches, so that would have been 3. But if you notice, they don't have anything marked on week 2. So that means that's why that was not right. Okay? Number 12. Aspen added 14 to the product of 224 and 16. All right. She added 14 to the product of 224 and 16. What is the sum? Product means multiply, right? And then add. So you need to first multiply 224 times 16. And then add. I want y'all to solve that one. Solve number 12. Okay. 224 times 16. 6 times 4 is 24. 6 times 2 is 12, plus 2 is 14. 6 times 2 is 12, plus 1 is 13. Tick, tack, oh. 1 times 4 is 4. 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 2 is 2. And then we add 4, 8, 5, 3. So we have 3584. And then it says add 14 to this product. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to add 14 more. 4 plus 4 is 8. 8 plus 1 is 9. So 3,598. Your answer should have been G. Okay? Number 13. Brenda said the number 2 is prime because it has only 2 factors. Carla said the number 2 is composite because it is even, and all even numbers are composite. Who is correct? Okay, so think back to where we did prime and composite. We said we would make T-charts and list all the factors. 1 times 2 are the only factors. Okay, remember what we talked about back in the first 9 weeks. Okay, composite loves company, which means has lots of friends. Prime is all about I, me. It has no friends. Okay, its only factors are 1 in itself. Now, because 2 is even, we seem to think that it's a composite number. But remember what I said, 2 is the only even number that is prime, because the only way to get 2 is 1 times 2. So when it says, Brenda said that the number 2 is prime because it only has 2 factors, Brenda is correct. Okay, remember, all even numbers are composite except for the number 2. Number 14, Theo earned $500 selling food at a carnival. He earned $260 selling nachos and the rest selling hot dogs for $2 each. Theo used this equation to find H, the number of hot dogs he sold at the carnival. How many hot dogs did Theo sell at the carnival? All right, so using this equation, first order of operation says parentheses first. So you're going to subtract 500 minus 260 and then divide your answer by 2. Okay, I want you to solve number 14. Okay, 0 minus 0 is 0. 0 minus 6 you can't do, so we have to borrow. Okay, 10 minus 6 is 4, and 4 minus 2 is 2. So we had 240, and then we're going to divide it by 2. So 240. 2 goes into 2 once. Bring down the 4. 2 goes into 4 2 times. Okay, I have to make sure I bring down that last number. And then 0 times 2 is 0. So 120 is your answer. Number 15, this is what we just covered. In the diagram shown, each circle represents a group of polygons. If a polygon belongs in a circle, it belongs in any larger circle. So that means parallelograms or quadrilaterals. Rectangles are parallelograms or quadrilaterals. So what kind of polygon belongs in the shaded circle? Answer number 15. Okay. All right. So on number 15, you should have put squares. Okay. Squares would have gone in that circle because a square is a rectangle, a parallelogram, and a quadrilateral. Okay. 16. Margaret opened, a new case of light bulbs. The case contained 3 boxes of light bulbs with 8 light bulbs in each box. Okay. She threw 2 of the light bulbs in the trash because they were damaged. Then she took 7 of the light bulbs out of the case. Which expression can be used to show that there are 15 light bulbs still in the case? All right. So the case contained 3 boxes with 8 light bulbs. So that's 3 boxes